Friends, today is Tuesday, March 12, 2024. In our video devotional today, we're going to begin to look at the figure of Judas. We talked about the fact that yesterday, the leaders of Israel, the scribes and the Pharisees chiefly, they had decided that Jesus was a threat, and they decided that they needed to arrest him and end his ministry and his life, but they needed to do it in a clandestine or secret way. And that implied they needed someone on the inside of his circle who would give away his movements during Holy Week. And it's interesting, it's fascinating that without knowing about their full intentions in a direct way, but probably that all of the disciples knew that the council had turned against Jesus because they had seen all these things in his ministry, and they had confronted him at various points. They hadn't done anything official about his ministry, which is another interesting point we'll deal with later in the week. But the disciples knew that likely a confrontation would come in Jerusalem, because we see this. We see several disciples remarking after Lazarus's being raised from the dead, well, we're going to go to Jerusalem. Some didn't want to go for Passover, and one said, let's go and die with him. So there was an anticipation of this. Jesus had, of course, talked with them about the fact he was going to die in Jerusalem. So there was this sense of foreboding. And before the leaders could solve this problem of getting a secret agent came to them, and of course his name was Judas. Ever since that moment, the name of Judas has become synonymous with betrayal. Because, of course, Jesus had chosen Judas. He'd invested in him. He loved him. Judas had seen Jesus raise people from the dead. He'd seen the impact Jesus had on others' lives. He'd seen the beauty of his soul for 36 months. He'd been in close community, not only with Jesus, but with the other disciples and supporters. Every wonderful word Jesus had spoken, Judas had heard. So that is what Judas decided to turn his back on. And there's something mysterious and inexplicable about that. But betrayal is a real reality in human life. Let's take a moment and pray. Lord, our lives sometimes involve impetuous acts, irrational deeds, and terrible betrayals. Help us to avoid those things. Lead us around those temptations. And when we are the ones who are betrayed, help us to think about how you responded to the moments when you were betrayed. We ask this in your Son's name. Amen.